So tell me how you're using it and just kind of your day-to-day operations as a recruiter.
As a recruiter, I'm able to become an expert on all of my clients' industries, no matter what they do, whether it's manufacturing, whether it's,
Mhm.
automation processes, IT. I'm able to learn so much more compared to when I first got into recruiting in 2019. I
Mm.
was watching day in the life YouTube videos trying to figure out
What they
what
did.
some of these professionals do. What does their day-to-day look like?
Uh-huh.
Because as a recruiter, you have to learn a lot of that industry lingo to get the buy-in and kind of street cred with
Mhm.
candidates, plant managers, hiring managers.
Mhm.
So now we're able to walk into, meetings a lot more prepared on what their industry looks like right now. And again, teaching ourselves the lingo, the terms, all the things we need to know to really be able to service them at an extremely high level. Think of if you take someone from the manufacturing field and then
Mhm.
you turn them into a recruiter. They're going
Mhm.
to know a lot about that field and they're going to be able to recruit light years ahead of all these other recruiters
Right.
because they know everything about the industry and they know
Yeah.
people within the industry. Now, recruiters who haven't had experience with the manufacturing can do that with the AI.
So you use it, Kaylee, to like obviously to show expert knowledge or to do your research. Are you
Mhm.
using it to write job descriptions or, how else are you using it in the day to day?
Yes, the job descriptions, candidate pre-screens. For example, you can throw in a job description and then a little bit of information about the industry or notes that you were able to take from the hiring manager that these are key things that they're looking for that may not always be in the job description the company has posted.
Mm-hmm.
And then tailor that into a pre-screen to make sure that the candidates you're screening are going to be the perfect fit. And you can even put it into like ChatGPT or Perplexity
Mm-hmm.
to say, okay, what are the most impactful questions I can ask this candidate? And
Mm-hmm.
put in their, candidate presentation that you sent to the hiring manager that will make the hiring manager, have their jaw
Very
on the
happy.
ground and say,
Yeah.
I need to interview this person.
Yeah, yeah, and makes their job a little bit easier too if you're providing some questions for them to ask that they're not having to
Exactly.
do that legwork.
And reference checks. Reference
Mm-hmm.
checks used to be such a tedious task
Mm-hmm.
because you're having to spend, anywhere between 10 and 20 minutes on the phone, depending on the role and how high level it is. Because if it's a director role,
Yeah.
for a really big company, that has to be a really great and thorough reference